And what's the biggest reason for why these people are doing absolutely cool towards improving their lives? It's because they're not identifying themselves as somebody who is on a self-improvement journey. And the reason they're not doing that is because there are so many of these YouTubers online telling you that you just need to be you and you don't need to identify as somebody who's on self-improvement. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why that's entirely not the right way to go about things. Okay, hey bro, I'm Myron, and as I said, in this video I want to talk to you a little bit about why you need to identify yourself as somebody who is on a journey of self-improvement for you to actually make some kind of difference towards your life and actually achieve the shit that you want to achieve, bro. The YouTubers that I've seen that are saying to you that you don't need to identify as though you're on a self-improvement journey are people that have most likely been on this journey themselves for quite a while, and they've reached a point where they've realized that it is actually quite a weird thing to say you're on self-improvement and not actually just claim to be you. And whilst I do agree with these people, it is weird. Saying you're on a self-improvement journey is weird. It's not normal. But whilst I do agree with these guys, and whilst it isn't necessary to claim you're on a self-improvement journey, I feel like it most certainly is extremely necessary if you are at the early stages of this journey, not like the YouTubers that have been on this journey for quite some time. Now let me explain. So the people that are telling you these things have already somewhat achieved the things that they wanted to achieve, or are already very much on the path to achieving what they set out to achieve, and therefore their mindset now is completely different to what it was like at the beginning of their journey. They're no longer down bad, they're no longer in a situation where they need to make a change, and therefore their situation entirely has changed. However, for you, this might not be the case. And actually, I'm telling you from my own experiences, if you set out on this journey of doing good habits and removing the bad habits and embarking on a journey of self-improvement without identifying as somebody who's on self-improvement, and instead identifying yourself as somebody who is just trying to improve their lives and doesn't really take this seriously, you will not make the necessary changes that you need to make. Once you've been on this journey for quite some time and you've really started to adopt these good habits and remove all the bad habits out of your life, it's very, very easy to forget how you started and where you came from. So really just think about this. Your chapter 1 isn't the same as somebody else's chapter 20. So if you're just getting started and you're really down bad and your thoughts are negative 24/7 and you're not staying on top of your diet, you're not staying on top of your fitness, you're not staying on top of your mental health in general, the only way you're actually going to start doing the good habits, which I'll go through with you in a moment, and stopping the bad habits, which I will also briefly talk upon for you in a second, is basically by identifying as though you are on self-improvement. Don't listen to the other people that are telling you you don't need to do this. Don't listen to the other people that are telling you it's weird. It is weird, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't identify as that person. And you know what? Based off my own experiences, I'd say that after about 2 years of adopting some kind of self-improvement journey, obviously that number's not the same for everybody. It might be 1 year for you, it might be 5 years. Like I said, it's not the same for everybody. But after taking part in your mission as improving yourself for a prolonged period of time, you will eventually become a new man. You will no longer be the person you are today, and you will be this self-improved man. And at that point, that's where you might decide to say, you know what, I'm no longer on this self-improvement journey, and I'm actually just going to identify as being myself. And that's what these other YouTubers are saying, is because they are already that person. They are in a position where they feel like they've adopted the good habits, they feel like they've removed the bad habits, and they feel like they are just going to be themselves, and they're just going to be somebody who continues to do these good habits and continues to not do the bad habits. I hope you can kind of get where I'm going with this. Essentially, once you're this new and improved man, that's when you can just identify as yourself, because you will more than likely have acquired those good habits for the entire rest of your life. Now let me give you some advice based off my own experiences and what I would do if I was to start this whole journey again and embark on this mission of improving myself. And basically I'll try and give you some ideas that aren't just super generic and that you just hear from everybody else. The first thing I would say is that you want to be starting your day off right, okay? So that means you want to be eating very, very healthy and nutritious breakfasts. Personally, I will always eat oats. I'll eat organic oats because this means it's a whole grain. It's not refined, it hasn't been processed, there's no added sugars, it's just the full-on grain on its own, and I know that I'm getting real goodness. It's come from the earth, it hasn't been produced in a factory, not like all these other cereals that are literally provided with so much bullshit like I can't even explain. If you don't believe me, look at the ingredients on the back of your Lucky Charms box or your Cheerios box if you're in the UK, or what other cereal you eat. Even things like Weetabix, which you might think are really healthy for you, are actually just not, because what is Weetabix? It's a factory produced item. It doesn't come from the ground, does it? It doesn't come from trees. It's literally factory produced, it's refined, and actually it's full of sugars, and those carbohydrates are not good for your gut. Okay, it destroys your gut biome, and that is not what you want to be putting into your body. Okay, so start your day off right. The other thing that you might want to do is add some fresh fruit or even frozen fruit to those oats. That's what I do. I'll add some blueberries. They are a superfood, fantastic for your gut. Another way you can start your day off right is by going outside. I mean, right now, as you can tell, I'm not at home, I'm outside, right on the beach. I live in Cornwall, so why would I not go to the seaside and breathe in this fresh air? I feel great, I've taken my top off, I'm receiving vitamin D from the sun, it's natural, and it's a feel-good chemical, it lifts your dopamine levels, and you just can't go wrong with starting your day off this way, because once you do that and you develop a positive and happy mindset, you're then able to then start thinking about being productive and doing the good habits that all of these YouTubers will make generic comments about. What are the bad habits? Going on your phone, playing your Xbox, watching Netflix, masturbating, watching porn, eating junk food, okay? You've probably heard all that stuff a million times, but it is bad for you, okay? So they're the things you do want to be staying away from. The good things, of course, I talk about them as well. I've spoken about them on my channel before. Meditating, journaling, doing positive affirmations, eating healthily, going to the gym, learning how to fight as a man. It's extremely important, bro. And of course, getting an early night, making sure you're sleeping enough hours every single day. That's going to ensure your testosterone levels are high and that you are able to be the best man you possibly can be. But honestly, bro, I think if you listen to the first two pieces of advice that I've just given you, wake up with an intention to start your day correctly. That's going to be a great starting point for you then to move on onto other aspects of your day and start adopting the good habits. But yeah, bro, I would also advise that you maybe start reading some books. That's what I did when I first started this journey. The amount of knowledge you can learn from other people is insane, and a good one that you could start with today is Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's going to literally tell you everything that you want to be doing and don't want to be doing and staying away from. If you want more advice on having a perfect diet and actually eating good food in general throughout the entire day, that's actually going to increase your focus, your awareness, make you feel good, make your gut feel amazing, make you feel happy and positive, you can get my free diet plan from the description below. I spent ages making that, and honestly I still use it to this day. It's what I used to bulk up. In 6 months, bro, I went from 71 kilograms to 81 kilograms. Yes, there's probably a bit of fat added on there. It's not entirely just muscle, but it's a very healthy diet, and you can do the same thing. Okay, so that's my advice to you. Go to the description, get the diet plan. It's literally free. Why would you not want that? Okay, believe you can, and you're more than halfway there.